Hello, friends. Now, on 26th October, two important matches are going to happen in T20 World Cup. These matches are the first match will be between South Africa and West Indies, and the second match will be between Pakistan and New Zealand. I'll be talking about both the matches. First, let's talk about the South Africa versus West Indies match. This will be the first match on 26th October. It will start at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. And in this match, if we see both these teams have lost their first match in the World Cup. So they will be coming here looking for a victory because both these teams know that if they lose this match, then the road to semi-finals will become really difficult for them. And if you see the form of both these teams, South Africa, even though they lost their first match to Australia, but still they gave in a tough fight. They bowled well, and they failed a bit in batting. They could have posted a bigger total. And also, I think they went with the wrong team combination. They went with Pretorius there as their fifth bowler. Now, Pretorius is an all-rounder, and they didn't have any sixth bowler option. So what I feel is that in this match, first of all, South Africa will be doing a slight change in their team combination. They will be dropping Pretorius and including either Lungi Nagidi or Bajon Fortune in their lineup. If they want to include a third spinner, then they will include Bajon Fortune. And if they opt for a three-man pace attack, then Lungi Nagidi will be preferred. And that way their bowling will become strong because if you are going to play six batsmen, then at least you should play five specialist bowlers. So this lineup looks more suitable and more balanced for South Africa, and I think they will be doing this change. And if you see their form before the World Cup, they won both their warm-up matches, and one was against Pakistan team. And as we just saw that Pakistan is turning out to be a strong contender here when they defeated India. So South African loss to Australia, I would consider it as a one match loss, a one-off thing. I don't think it's really serious that their batting failed. So I see their batsmen performing well in this match, and they have a good bowling attack, good spinners and good pacers. So if they bat first, even if they score around 150, 160, that should be enough for West Indies. And whatever target West Indies gives, I think South African team has the batting ability to chase it down. And if we look at the West Indies team, West Indies lost in a one-sided manner to England. They made a really low total of only around 55 runs. So they didn't really look like defending champions from any angle. And even in the warm-up matches, they lost both their matches. And one was against Afghanistan. And their batting is looking really unstable to me. Their bowlers, though performed well, but still they need some total to defend. Their batsmen still need to give a target of around 140, 150 if they have to put South Africa under pressure. Regarding their playing 11, I think West Indies won't be making any change in their playing 11 because their bowlers performed well. And in case of batsmen, all their batsmen failed. So maybe they will give a chance to all their batsmen again to see who performs. And then after that, maybe in the future matches, they might make a change. But going into this match, I think West Indies will be going with the same playing 11. And let's not forget that West Indies is the defending champions. So even though they are in very poor form, but still we can't count them out. They were playing their shots in the previous game and they ended up making a very low score. But if those shots start going out of the ground, maybe a bit of luck with West Indies. So again, West Indies batsmen can come back in form, and you never know, West Indies can also win this match. But talking about now the match prediction, I think South African team looks more balanced to me and more reliable team compared to West Indies. So I will pick South Africa as the winner of this match. That is my prediction for this match, that South Africa will win this first match. Now, talking about the second match of this will start at 7:30 p.m. Indian time. And this is a much awaited match. Pakistan versus New Zealand, mainly because New Zealand cancelled the tour of Pakistan, and there is a bit of rivalry now going on between these two teams, at least from Pakistani side. And we just saw that Pakistan team had beaten Indian team comprehensively in the first match. So Pakistan is looking quite strong here going into this match. They have a lot of practice of playing in UAE conditions. While New Zealand team, although they are a good team right now, they have improved a lot in the last few years, but still they don't have much practice of playing in UAE conditions. And an interesting fact to note is that before the start of this tournament, literally all the Indian supporters, they were favoring New Zealand. They were wishing for a New Zealand victory over Pakistan. But right now, I feel that many of them would be in a state of confusion, because since Pakistan had beaten India, so they would be thinking that if now Pakistan also beats New Zealand, then the path to semi-finals for India will become easier. And if New Zealand beats Pakistan, then it will become a three-way path for Pakistan, New Zealand, India. And the other matches of Group 2 will become more interesting. So I won't be surprised if I see many of the Indian supporters, in fact, favoring Pakistan and wishing for Pakistan to beat New Zealand. So comparing both the teams, most of the things going to be in favor of Pakistan. Their batting is looking strong. Their bowling is looking good compared to New Zealand. But I think one thing can go in favor of New Zealand, and which can help them pull it off and take this victory. And that is maybe the attitude of Pakistan. Like we saw that they were talking a lot about the thing called revenge, that they want to take revenge from New Zealand in this match. And I feel that in a game, in a sport, when you start thinking about revenge, that can deviate you from your actual aim of winning. And I will also give you an example. This is what actually happened when India toured England recently. And in one of the test matches, when James Anderson was hit by Bumrah on his head by a bouncer. And after that, English team also started thinking like revenge, that they will also hit Bumrah with bouncers and do body line ball. And after that, they got deviated from their target of winning. And in that match, ultimately, India won. So I think this is something which Pakistan team should be wary of. If they are going to think too much about the revenge thing, then they can get deviated from the real game, because the cricket is a game of skill, a game of ability. It is not some sort of fighting or war. You have to apply yourself and think in a balanced manner. So I think in that case, maybe Pakistan can get overconfident and over excited, and New Zealand can take advantage of that. And in that case, New Zealand can also win and can upset Pakistan. So that is the thing which can go in New Zealand's favor. But now talking about the match prediction, well, I think Pakistan is looking stronger to me. So my match prediction is that Pakistan will win this match against New Zealand.